Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday. Today I have an update video for you about the Hellboy project, or I guess you could say the potentially new Morph of Crested Gecko project. I've hit a little bit of a stump in the road here, and I thought it was about time I update you guys on this. It has been about 5 months since we last talked about Hellboy, and I want to share you guys some of the things I've been working on and what's going on with him. Okay, so if you watched my video about 5 months ago now about Hellboy, I got Hellboy from Altitude Exotics, and Hellboy basically has an interesting thing going on where he has two base colors, basically a lavender and a red base color. So he's kind of an oddball. There's not many geckos in the world that are like this. So the plan was to produce geckos that have bright red and dark black at the same time on their body, base colors basically. And there's no other geckos like this, or there's very, very few. So, that was the plan anyway, and to hopefully be able to create geckos with two different base colors. And shortly after we started this project, one of my nicer geckos, Carrie, got stuck in the pool noodles, so that took her out of the project, which is really unfortunate because I had only had 3 females lined up for him this year. So obviously, her being gone passed it down to 2 geckos. Lissa and Ladybug. Ladybug is a red because Hellboy is red, so at the very least, if his kind of uniqueness didn't prove out, he would be with another red gecko, and hopefully they'd create even more little red baby geckos, right? Well, she was red and he's red, so it seems like a good pair. And then Lissa is dark to hopefully add a darkness to his lavender color and hopefully create some red and black geckos, right? So, the way I like to pair all my geckos up just personally, because I'm only pairing less than, 20 adults together, so I don't have that many to, monitor, I guess you could say. I usually like to pair them around early springtime, like February or March. And what this does is it usually prevents a little bit of aggression that you might get in the summer months when they're more active. So usually you're trying to pair them, I even sometimes go December, late December, early January. And into February and March. Well, anyway, so what I do is I put them together for like a couple hours usually, and I'm here in the room that they're in. So, I just watch them and I usually see them lock up. That's the way I've been doing it, and it always seems to work. I have 7 other pairings that I did that way. I mean, everything worked out great. So, there shouldn't be any reason why this wouldn't work out any differently. But unfortunately, for some reason, even though Hellboy is a big male, he seemed to be, frightened by the females. And I could give him that because they're on the bigger side. But anyway, that's still bad because he wasn't breeding with any of the females when I was doing this. So what I would do is put him in there for a couple hours, if they're fighting or anything like that, which they weren't. But the females would kind of chase him around or give him the tail wag saying, they're not interested. They basically squawk at him and just keep running around. And so what I'd do is I'd take him out and then I'd put him back in like a week later. And you keep repeating this over and over again. And I did this with these 2 females. The females are in separate cages, but I would do this, repeatedly a couple times with the both of them. And it got to be about, February-ish, and nothing had happened still. I wasn't getting any eggs. I hadn't seen them lock up. So I was like, what do I do? Because, time's kind of running out, and I don't want to keep doing this and stressing them out even more. Trying to keep putting them into these enclosures. So another method of breeding your crested geckos is putting them together for like a week, putting them together for like a month, or putting them together all year. Now, none of these methods are necessarily bad. It's just really what you want to do. So I've done it before where I have 2 females in a tub and you put a male in there, and that also works out great. But, it's just really what you want to do, and I like to have all the geckos separated if possible. So what I decided to do is I put them together, both the females first, make sure that they got along, and then after that, about a week later, I put in the male. And, he was with them for almost a month, so I was hoping that this would be good. And I put them together between the 12th of March and the 6th of April. So they separated them just a couple weeks ago. I thought that'd be enough time. And so far, I have no good eggs from them. So if I don't get any good eggs, within the next couple weeks here, I may be out of luck for the year with Hellboy and his potentially new Morph of Crested Gecko, because I don't really want to start breeding them in May. I mean, I technically could. You can do it anytime you want, really. But then they're going to kind of probably bleed into next year, and all my other geckos are on a cycle already. Most of them have already laid 2-3 clutches of eggs already. So to get these started so late would kind of suck, but you know, just putting it out there that this may not even happen this year. So one of my biggest projects may be on a halt for this year. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on this so you're not wondering what's going on. And also, though, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I have 7 pairs that are laying good eggs. So I might do a video about them and show you guys kind of what the pairs I got going on for this year, because the first baby is due to hatch in roughly 4 weeks from today. So that's pretty exciting. The 2020 season's off to a good start. I already got probably about 20 eggs, so that's really good, and you know, they're all doing well. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'm going to post a video next week. I know I've been kind of on or off lately. It's just been really busy over here, and you know, what can I say? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.